Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing wonderfully great. I want to review a fig that I thought was not going to ripen fast enough this year for me to make this video. And it's a Mount Etna type fig. Well, I think it is a Mount Etna type fig. And it's quite well regarded in the world of figs. And that fig is this one over here, which is the Sangue Dolce fig. Which I believe translates into sweet blood in Italian. And the tree itself is under a year old. It's been growing here in this 15-gallon pot full of composted leaves and pine bark mulch for the most part. I water it every now and then, so it doesn't really get the best treatment, but it seems to be extremely happy. There's very little yellowing on the leaves compared to some other varieties that actually have in ground and they're already, wilting, getting ready to hibernate for the winter. So this one seems to be doing really, really good. Now, just by looking at the leaves, you can see it definitely fits the profile of the Mount Etnas. And it seems to be very, very happy. It's been growing quietly here in this location, the south side, here in Zone 7, Virginia. And I recently discovered that there are 3 figs that are ready to harvest. The figs are not very large, but we'll have a better look at them when we go inside and weigh them, But it is quite prolific. It's got pretty much a fig on every single node. I don't think these are going to ripen. I don't think we have that many growing days left, but there are at least 20 figs on this young tree. And I'll see if I can harvest the ripest of the 3. I think I saw 3 earlier. All right. Okay, here we are. And yeah, we'll take these inside. The figs are, again, they're not very big, but it's a very well regarded fig in the fig world. So hopefully it is as good as all the reviews say that it is. My first time growing and first time sampling this fig. And well, hopefully we will be pleasantly surprised. So, all right, that's it. Now you can see here, just to talk a little bit about the tree structure, you can see I'm growing this as a multi-branch, but I will not allow more than maybe 2 or 3 branches from the base to grow. And the reason is I want to make more cuttings just in case something goes wrong with this fig. And then from then on, I might consider growing it as a single leader. We will see about that. It's very happy growing the way that it is, and in my experience, a lot of Mount Etnas do like to grow either way, either as a single leader or as a multi-branch little bush or large bush if you've got the space for it. So I might just leave it like that. Okay, well, I'm going to go on ahead and take these 3 figs inside, and we'll weigh them and we'll cut them open, and hopefully they are much better than your typical Chicago hardy type Mount Etna. Okay, all right, well, I'll see you guys here in a bit. Okay guys, so here we are back inside. I've set the camera up on this cheap tripod, and hopefully it doesn't fall forward. So let's go ahead and take some readings of these figs. All right, this first one registers only at 13 grams. Definitely small weight for a fig of any size. And then 13 again. And then this one is 13 again. Oddly enough, that's quite odd considering they are significantly different in size. I'm really surprised that they all register 13. Anyway, now let's go ahead and cut these open and see what they look like inside. Hopefully we will not be disappointed. I don't think we'll be disappointed, but we'll see. And I'll cut all 3 open since I intend on eating all 3, sampling all 3. All right, so, all right, this one looks like it's the one that's the most underripe, whereas this one is the most ripe by far. and this one is kind of in the middle. So, all right. So let's begin from. Let me move the camera a little bit. Okay. Maybe I'll move the figs instead. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. Good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the ripest one first. See what that one's like. Oh, that's pretty beautiful, actually. That's a nice little fig. Very jammy on the inside. This one's definitely underripe, no doubt. And this one is also a little bit underripe. So one thing that I'm noticing right away is, unlike many other fig varieties that I'm growing, the Sangue Dolce would definitely benefit from allowing it to ripen a little bit more than we would with other figs. It doesn't seem to be that forgiving. I could be wrong. After we try these, and they might just be just as sweet. I'm not quite sure. It has happened before with other fig varieties, like the Chicago Hardy or the Wet Marseille, or so many other ones, Papa John or whatever. But it seems to me that this is way underripe, judging by the color. It's like kind of underdeveloped too, more so than any other figs that I'll harvest at the same time from the same tree. So let's go ahead and try the perfectly tree ripened fig, at least half of it, and then we'll compare and contrast to the definitely underripe version of the same fig. In this case, considering it is a darker fig, I will go ahead and consume it with the skin on, especially since it is perfectly tree ripened. And I've noticed that with the darker colored figs, you don't really get that much of a contrast between sweet and maybe the off-putting taste of the skin, that green flavor that the skin often has with the white varieties, or the green varieties or yellow varieties, whichever term you wish to use. So I'm going to go ahead and try this and let you guys know what I think. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, this is... Wow. Wow, that was a very good fig. Extremely refreshing. I mean, this fig has been sitting out in the sun. It's about 4 o'clock here in Virginia, and the sun is blazing hot. But that was a very good, very refreshing fig. What does it taste like? It does have berry notes. I don't think they are that pronounced as with other Mount Etnas, and I mean this in a good way, of course. I think it's just got a much lighter taste, maybe closer to a Papa John than it is to a Chicago Hardy. But no, this fig is an absolute must. I did not expect that much flavor from such a little bite. So definitely a keeper. I'd like to grow this into a larger bush, to be honest with you, and harvest even more figs. The figs are relatively small, both in weight and in size, but I still think it would be a worthy addition to anyone's collection. All right, let's try now the definitely underripe one and see if that one's a terrible eat, or maybe it's not. We'll find out. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Even the skin, which is significantly thicker than in the case of the tree ripened one, as we would expect with most figs, is not a nuisance. It's still quite pleasant. It's not that noticeable in the sense that sometimes some of the lighter colored varieties, the yellow and green figs, they tend to pack a little bit of that latexy taste, which can have a flavor profile of its own that, to me at least, is not very pleasant. So actually, in the case of the Wet Marseille, let me add, to me sometimes that even tastes a little bit oniony. A little bit has that oniony taste. I don't know why, but maybe the contrast between the green skin latex and the ultra sweet interior of the White Marseille have that effect. I'm not quite sure. But let's try this last piece. the one that we left for last. This one is definitely underripe, but just a little more ripe than the one that we just tried. And so hopefully it's also a good eating experience. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Yeah, there's something that's clearly characteristic about the Sangue Dolce, and it has a very strong, very powerful forward sweetness, berry sweetness, very little berry tang, um, that is present in all three stages, the underripe, the medium one, and the ultra ripe one. All three have that same very uplifting, very light, very pleasant sweetness. And it's not a sugary sweetness or a honey sweetness. It's clearly a berry sweetness. Very reminiscent of if you were to eat a, a very ripe blackberry right off the vine. Kind of like that. Okay, so maybe the sugar content is higher here than in most other mountain Etnas. I'm not quite sure, but for whatever reason, it has that characteristic. I could probably pick this fig out blindfolded among other mountain Etna varieties. It just has that characteristic front sweetness and a very pleasant berry taste. So very pleased with this fig. I did not expect that. It's exceeded my expectations. And for a 1 year, well, less than a 1 year actually, this is a 6 month bush, in a 15-gallon pot to produce figs that are this good. Well, I am very much looking forward to next year, where this same tree, if it survives the winter, will grow larger and produce even more figs. So just very optimistic about this. Is this a variety that I recommend for everyone to have? Absolutely, yes. Yes, definitely. If you don't mind the smaller size figs and you're going, for quality over quantity, I definitely recommend this. But in terms of number of figs, in terms of that type of quantity, you will not be disappointed because my 1 year old fig tree has over 20 figs on it without the ones that I already cut. So you're going to get large numbers of figs. It's just that the figs are smaller, but the quality is amazing. This is definitely a very good fig to have. Okay, well, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll do my best to upload more fig videos with more good varieties. And so, yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.